It's February 20th, 2026. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a situation where, okay, this is weird. This is messed up. There's a man. The Six of Pentacles. Now, a pentacle represents, it can represent a lot of things. But I'm seeing here that this man, he has reached the pinnacle of indifference. He doesn't care anymore what happens. He doesn't care about the consequences of his actions. He doesn't care because he's careless and he's selfish, self-absorbed and arrogant, and he just doesn't care. Doesn't care anymore. He's just going to live his life and continue to do what he wants to do and ignore any kinds of consequences of his actions. That's what he's chosen to do, and he's been doing this now for quite a while, and he's been getting away with it pretty well. What I'm seeing, though, is that deep down he has a lot of feels betrayed. He made a lot of money at some point. He made a lot of money that he's been keeping secret. He's got some accounts. It looks like he's got some several offshore accounts in places where he negotiates with people. I believe he's got like Bitcoin and things of this nature, coins as well, like gold coins, silver coins. In offshore accounts, I'm seeing some of these are in South Africa and Switzerland, perhaps. This man, he's of European origin. I'm seeing that he's of mixed. He's French. I'm seeing that he's French and he's also German and English. He's living somewhere. I'm seeing somewhere. I think he's living in Hawaii for some reason. I believe he's in Hawaii. I believe that what I'm seeing is that he was living in Europe. Then he met somebody online, and he decided this woman was a United States citizen. She was actually living. I'm seeing that I believe she was Hawaiian, or maybe Hawaiian or something. Nonetheless, they met and they ended up getting married, and he was able to get his citizenship through this woman. But he still, she was not very, not doing so well financially when they met. She had gone through a major financial crisis and lost her business. She had a death in the family, and she was disinherited, is what I'm seeing. And she basically had a health crisis, and this man, so she went online and put a profile on there, and this man found her somehow, and they decided that they hit it off. He ended up going to visit her, and he ended up moving there. I'm seeing Hawaii. It could be wrong, but it looks like it's either Hawaii or maybe Florida, somewhere where there's like, it might be like the Florida Keys. I'm seeing some kind of island, but it's not. It's in the United States. It could be Puerto Rico, though. It could be, but I'm not sure exactly, but that's what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing that this man is now that they're living together, he's keeping all these secrets from her, and he's trying to live a double life. And she keeps on finding little clues about things that, she's discovering things about him that she had no idea about. And so, and now I'm seeing, okay, we've got suit of coins card, okay? And this man, one of the things that he's keeping secret is that he's got a problem with his mouth, his jaw, right? He's got a lot of pain in his upper left-hand side of his jaw, in the nozzle area, his nose, around his nose. And so she's like, she's finding little stashes of stuff hidden in little areas of the house, especially in the closets and under the bed, and in little areas that she's finding these little bags of something, some kind of substance, some kind of powder. And she's thinking, well, what is that? Is it, is it sugar? Is it, what is this in this bag? Because this woman is very naive. She doesn't know anything. She's actually very, very ignorant or naive about she doesn't know. She's never seen drugs in her life. She doesn't know anything about like what drugs look like. She's never seen what meth looks like. She doesn't know anything about cocaine or drugs, but she's just very naive. She's older than he is actually, but she's just she was very protected throughout her life, I'm seeing. And so she was very sheltered from all kinds of the outside world because her family at one point had a lot of money and they wanted to protect her. And so they hardly ever let her go outside. She was homeschooled. She had servants and maids throughout her life. She had one other sibling who passed away. I'm seeing that this sibling passed away at a young age from some kind of a freak accident. And so she was kind of a depressed child, this woman, throughout her life. And so she had started a business and the business fell through. Everything she's tried to do kept failing and she doesn't know why, and she keeps getting cursed with all this bad luck. And she traces a lot of it back to some time where she remembers going on some kind of a family trip, and some man confronted her and wanted to read her palm. And she says that ever since she met that man, when she was a child, it's like she just got cursed with a lot of bad luck because he read her palm. And she says that the way he looked at her was like some kind of a stare and that did something. It's like he cursed her, and this happened to her when she was a child. And I'm seeing a lot of ambulances. I'm seeing sirens, and I'm seeing the house where these two live. This man and this woman, this European man and this woman. And I'm seeing that there's a disaster about to happen. I'm seeing that there's like something's going to happen where they live, whether it involves some kind of fire or some kind of something there. That's what I'm seeing, is a lot of like there's trouble brewing there near the property. And he's hiding things. He's got a cocaine addiction. It looks like some kind of an addiction, and it's affecting his he's been snorting. He's been doing so much cocaine that it's like affecting his nostrils now, and he can't breathe. He's been spitting up blood, and she's not knowing. She still can't figure. She doesn't know what's going on, but she's seeing little specks of blood here and there in the bathroom and on the bed sheets and on the pillow. And she's like, she's kind of in denial, but she doesn't realize that it's because he's got a cocaine habit that's ruining him. So I'm seeing that somebody's going to die here pretty soon, that he's probably about to die. And this woman still has no clue about what he's doing. She's completely oblivious to it. But I keep seeing police. I keep seeing a FedEx truck near their house. I'm seeing packages that are delivered periodically to this residence. And yeah, so that's going on. And like I said, it's Hawaii or Florida Keys is what I'm seeing. And this man is a Capricorn. He's a Capricorn. This woman, I think she's I think that she might be an Aquarius, is what I think. I'm seeing some kind of a water sign. She's an Aquarius, I believe. So he's just like, completely living it up, thinking that, yeah, he's all arrogant now that he's got his residency. He's taking advantage of this woman. She doesn't understand. She's just kind of turning a blind eye to it because she feels like, oh, this is the love of my life. He's my savior. He's my saint. And he's so compassionate and he's got so much strength. And, somebody who's like a man who appeared out of her dreams. But really, it's like a nightmare in disguise because he's really destroying her life bit by bit. And he's after her property. I'm seeing that this woman, even though she's gone through a lot of financial distress, she's got this property that she inherited that they're trying to take it away from her. I'm seeing that that there's people involved in some kind of a conspiracy to try to take the property, to steal the title of the house where they're living that's in her name. Somebody is trying to take over that, and this man has a sinister plan that he's been working with people behind her back about this, and she still, just for whatever reason, is completely clueless and oblivious to it because she doesn't see that people have an evil side. She refuses to see negativity in anybody. She's been the type of person who, throughout her life, she just always sees that the glass is filled up and, not half empty. She sees the good in people and never the bad. And that's one of her, it's a weakness that she has that's getting her into financial trouble, physical sickness, spiritual trouble. And it's very pathetic, disheartening situation that this is going on because this man feels like he's reached the pinnacle of indifference because he doesn't care what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He couldn't care less because he's arrogant on his pedestal. Look at me, I'm better than everybody, and look at me, woe is me type mentality. So that's going on, that couple. Now, with another, I'm seeing something else here. This is completely not related, though, to that. Now I've got the Six of Cups, and familiar. This, yeah, okay, but here we have somebody who's one of these people. This person is like the town know-it-all. It's a small town. Some town in some country town. This man has a restaurant. I'm seeing that he owns a restaurant that is not doing so well right now. At one point, he was doing really well, but there was a conflict. I'm seeing that there was some kind of a conflict between the dishwasher and one of the waitresses at the restaurant that this man owns in this small country town. And it looks like it's in New Mexico. Kind of somewhere. I'm seeing New Mexico, maybe Cloudcroft, New Mexico, or Ruidoso, New Mexico is what I'm seeing. A small town, kind of country town, but in the mountains. And I believe it's New Mexico or maybe Arizona, or maybe Could be West Texas, like El Paso, but I'm pretty sure it's New Mexico. The man's Hispanic. Like I said, he's very happy-go-lucky town. Everybody likes him a lot. He's very popular in this small town that he lives in. He grew up there. And he's Hispanic. Chicano, Mexican with Mexican American guy, Hispanic, whatever, and he's got really green eyes. He has extremely beautiful, radiant green eyes. I'm seeing, and he's 57 years old, 57, 58, and he owns that restaurant in this town. They also have like a music on the weekends and sometimes live bands. It's got a large patio in the back. I'm seeing a large patio with a lot of lights and fountain, some kind of fountain back there, and a fish pond, some kind of fish pond or something in the back of the restaurant. But there's something going on. So something happened with one of the dishwashers that he had hired and a waitress. They had a bit of an affair, and they got caught. What I'm seeing is that this man's in trouble now, legally speaking, and everybody's gossiping about him in town because the waitress and the dishwasher had an affair in the bathroom of the restaurant. They basically, somebody opened the door on them having an affair and caught them in the act. And so it caused a lot of humiliation and embarrassment because the dishwasher was apparently undocumented, working without papers illegally. And so they got raided. I'm seeing that the restaurant got raided by ICE. And so, as a result of all the drama and the controversy and the what happened at the restaurant, because it was a customer that walked in on this scenario of the affair with the dishwasher and the waitress during restaurant working hours, and so of course word got around, the media got a hold of the story, and it caused a lot of shame and embarrassment. Because he wasn't supposed to be hiring people who were undocumented. And so ICE got involved. This guy got deported, the dishwasher. The waitress is still in town, but she lost her job. And so this man is feeling guilty. He's feeling ashamed. But he's feeling that everybody's made a joke of him. Like he's become like the town clown. Everybody's making fun of him because of what happened at the restaurant, and the fact that he had to close a restaurant, at least temporarily, while ICE is doing some kind of an investigation and deporting people that he had hired, and they're doing an investigation on other workers there because apparently there's a lot of things going on. I'm seeing money laundering. I'm seeing that there's that they've had some problems at that restaurant with somebody also got caught dealing drugs on the premises, one of his employees. And I'm also seeing that there was somebody who had an accident in the kitchen. They cut themselves with a large knife on accident and injured themselves, and because that person was also an undocumented worker, he had to let that person go. And now that man who got injured in the kitchen consulted with a witch or with a warlock from his home country, and now he's trying to do some dark magic, occult rituals on this restaurant owner to get revenge. And now this man is starting to feel weird and sick, and his health is declining, but sometimes he feels really good. But other days he just can barely get out of bed. And his restaurant is like still closed right now because of this investigation with the Immigration Customs Enforcement, and he's just kind of like doesn't know what to do. But he's still just he's not going to worry about it. You know, he's got his confidence that things are going to be okay. But it's just what's bothering him is that the whole town is making fun of him, and he's been the gossip of the town for quite a while now. And he just wants to go back to being independent and happy like he used to be before all this ever happened. And it doesn't look like he's a bad person. He's got some flaws, but I think that he's going to get back up on his feet, and he's going to get some help from some people who know that he is a good man, who just messed up, you know, a little bit, but he's learned a hard lesson now in life about some things that he needed to know. And that's what I'm seeing that's going on with that card. And the woman who he's involved with, who's coming to try to help him, she's somebody who's like an empress. The Chariot. So she's got a lot of money. She's got a lot of compassion, and she's got a lot of courage and control and determination and power. She's got a lot. She's not even from. I'm seeing that this woman is. She just wants to help him. She's from another state in the United States, but she's just got a lot of influence. And she read about his story in the newspaper and saw something about it on the news. And she decided that she's going to step in and try to help him. But there's going to be some consequences to that, because she might be getting in over her head, and she doesn't realize that she's going to be put on under a lot of scrutiny and a lot of mockery as well, because this man also has a lot of secrets from his past. And I'm seeing that this woman, one of the main reasons that she is wanting to help him is because she herself got involved with some racketeering in wherever she's from. She's from Texas, I believe. It looks like this woman is from. I'm seeing that she's from. Looks like. I don't know, maybe Dallas, Texas, or somewhere central Texas. Once again, she's a woman. She's a woman. She's 78 years old, though. She's older. She's like 78 years old. She had a child out of wedlock, is what I'm seeing. A secret child. She had she went through a bad divorce when she was younger, and she got a large inheritance. Huge inheritance. So she's got lots and lots of wealth, lots of money, lots of influence. And she's blonde. I'm seeing she's like a naturally blonde woman, but she's older now. Well, she's like 77, 78 years old. She's got thin, kind of long, fine blonde hair that's kind of graying a little bit. But she has a very good heart, and she's been taken advantage of by a lot of people in her hometown. And so she decided that she wants to help this man. But she herself has been in the past accused of racketeering, and I'm seeing that she's got a thing for, she likes to shop a lot, in her shopping habit of going to fancy department stores, I'm seeing that she likes designer shoes and clothes and purses. She wears makeup. She wears wigs sometimes also. She drives a Bentley, some kind of Bentley or a Mercedes, some kind of, no, it's like a Mercedes, a very fancy Mercedes that's like a silver champagne. No, it's champagne, kind of goldish color. And she's got dogs. She carries these little dogs with her everywhere she goes. She carries these little dogs with her. She doesn't have any family, I'm seeing. They're all passed away. She was married, the husband died. She got left a lot of money. But her parents passed away a long time ago. She was an only child. And the child that she had out of adultery or wedlock was, still doesn't, the child is a son, it's a boy, and he's like he's like 45 or something, 45 years old, and he still has no idea who his mother is. He doesn't know that this is his mother, and she has tried to find him, and she's still trying to find him, but he keeps on he'll get these notices. I'm seeing that he registered with some kind of adopt one of these things where you can try to find your biological parents, like one of these adoptee register things online. Not a DNA, not like Ancestry.com or anything, but something else where specifically to try to find your biological parents. So he registered with that, and they keep matching him with some woman, but every time he sees it, he'll read a little bit of it and then he deletes it because he's afraid. It's like he's afraid, but at the same time he wants to know, but he's also afraid to know the truth about who his mother is because he was told that she was a really bad woman and that she was a prostitute and that she was evil and just an evil witch is what he was told throughout his life by the family who adopted him. But all that's not true. None of that's true. But he's afraid because he's afraid that it's going to ruin his reputation. If in fact that's true, in his mind, if it's true, he doesn't want to sabotage his own family and his own reputation because he's got his own kids. He has a successful business there, and he doesn't want this to ruin his life. Because he gets these notices that they've matched him with his mother, his biological mother, which is this woman, this chariot empress type of woman with a lot of money. But he doesn't want to know. He wants to know, but at the same time, he's protecting himself because he's afraid. But eventually, he's gonna find out, and they're gonna find out. And then what I'm seeing is that he's gonna somehow meet the man that she's helping over there in, I guess it's New Mexico, I think. And they are gonna become like, the three of them are going to form like a team. And this is all going to happen within the next year. The three of them are going to become friends. He's going to meet his mother. He's going to see that she's not who they said she was. And then she's going to tell him about the man in New Mexico with the restaurant. And the three of them are going to form a business together, a successful business, an updated, they're going to all contribute to that restaurant in New Mexico to make it what it used to be or better than it ever was, is what I'm seeing. Because these three their life path is such that they're supposed to all meet at a certain time because they all have something in common, that they have they have a reason. They all are, there's reasons behind the why it's happening now, and why it must happen. The three of these people, this whole reunion or meeting, because there's life lessons that they have to learn, that they're going to learn about each other and about their past and about the future, and it all has to do with very spiritual, deep things that all three of them have been in denial about throughout their lives. But they'll learn about each other. They're going to learn about themselves by helping each other out, is what I see. But they have to be careful because there's going to be a lot of gossip. There's going to be a lot of controversy. There's going to be a lot of backstabbing. There's going to be a lot of envy and jealousy. And I'm seeing that somebody's going to try to attempt to murder this woman. I'm seeing that there's going to be an assassination attempt on her life. And that's going to happen, but that's what I'm seeing, that somebody's going to try to harm her. Some kind of a weapon, looks like some kind of a knife. So they need to be very cautious, take a lot of precautions whenever they do meet, because they're going to ignore the signs. The signs are going to be there. I keep seeing vultures. I keep seeing a lot of vultures that are flying over the restaurant not only the restaurant that's closed down right now, but also the man where he lives. He lives on this ranch in New Mexico. He's got a pretty nice property of a ranch. And I keep seeing these vultures that are like swarming over his house day and night continuously. Vultures for no reason, because there's no dead carcasses around. It's just these vultures keep on showing up, and also a lot of crows. And I'm seeing a red robin that keeps on appearing on his doorstep every morning when he's going out to like get the news, because he gets a newspaper delivered to him. He gets a daily newspaper. And every morning when he goes out to get the newspaper, on the front steps, he keeps on getting greeted by this little red robin. And it just stays there and stares at him and doesn't move. And he's shocked at how still the bird is, because the bird is almost like a mechanical robot, or like not a drone, but almost like a drone, or like a robot, like a robotic bird. But he's convinced that it might be a robot or a drone, because he feels that the government, because of all the stuff that happened with the ICE and the invading his restaurant and all that stuff that happened, he feels like now he's really paranoid. He's getting followed around by strange vehicles, and the police are always showing up where he goes, and he's getting a lot of stalking, like gang stalking, like a targeted person would get. And so he hasn't registered with him as to why exactly, except that he knows that it probably has something to do with ICE or the government, or some kind of investigation. And so he is convinced that red robin that shows up is some kind of government psyop, or some kind of a spy to spy on him, like something weird like that, like a drone bird robot thing. But then he brushes it off as his being paranoid, because he drinks a lot. I'm seeing that he drinks a lot of whiskey. he has an alcohol addiction. He's an alcoholic. He drinks a lot of whiskey, and he chain smokes, and he smokes Carlton. What are they? What's that? What's that brand? Oh, he smokes Lucky Strike is what he smokes, cigarettes. And he smokes 2 packs a day of cigarettes. So that's going on, and so yeah.